Something unexpected is about to unfold in Cleveland. A quiet shift that, until now, was buried beneath depth charts, veteran security, and preseason noise. But this Friday night, everything could change. One decision, made out of necessity, is about to open a door that few saw coming, and what happens next might force the entire organization to rethink its plans. It's not just about injuries or camp reps anymore. It's about one player, one chance, and one night that could alter the course of the Browns' future. But before I tell you, be sure to click the like button and comment below. How long have you been a Browns fan? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's get straight to the point. The Cleveland Browns quarterback room just got a whole lot more interesting, and all eyes are now fixed on one name, Shedeur Sanders. The fifth-round pick, once buried on the depth chart behind Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dillon Gabriel, is suddenly stepping into the spotlight. And it's not because of a perfectly scripted plan, it's because chaos opened a door, and now Sanders has a golden opportunity to crash through it. In a twist that's reigniting the quarterback drama in Cleveland, Sanders is expected to start Friday night's preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers. Injuries to Pickett and Gabriel, both sidelined with hamstring issues, have reshuffled the deck, and while Flacco remains the team's reliable veteran, the Browns have little to gain by running him through the paces in the preseason. Enter Shedeur, the former Colorado standout, now thrust into the role of preseason starter, with everything to prove and nothing to lose. Let's not gloss over this moment. This is the most significant look we've had of Sanders in an NFL offense to date. It's a game, yes, but it's not just a game. It's a narrative-shifting moment. A window into the future. A potential pivot point in the Browns' long, tumultuous journey to find stability under center. Make no mistake, Sanders' road to this moment hasn't been smooth. Arm soreness sidelined him from Saturday's team drills, raising early concerns. Limited training camp reps only amplified chatter that the Browns were slow playing his development, perhaps even underestimating his readiness. Critics wondered if the franchise was giving him a fair shot. But then came Monday. Back on the practice field, Sanders delivered. He went 7-for-9 in live reps, 2 of those throws labeled as the cleanest of the day. No, he's not getting reps with the starters. He's only seen 4 total snaps against Cleveland's formidable first-team defense, but he's producing anyway. Accurate, poised, and hungry, Sanders is making his case, not with hype, but with precision. Adding to the intrigue is Cleveland's signing of veteran quarterback Tyler Huntley. A Pro Bowl alternate with real NFL mileage, Huntley brings immediate depth and familiarity with the Browns' offensive system. On paper, it's a smart, stabilizing move. But zoom out a little, and the message becomes clearer. Cleveland is hedging. They need healthy arms for camp and the preseason. But they also want insurance. Just in case Sanders isn't ready. Just in case the experiment fails. Yet, that hedge doesn't mean the Browns have lost faith in Sanders. Quite the opposite. According to reports, despite the arrival of Huntley, it's still Sanders who will take the first snaps Friday night. That decision speaks volumes. The Browns want to see what they've got. They're watching closely. And so are we. Now let's talk about the psychological layer. Sanders' father, NFL legend and Colorado head coach Deion Sanders, is a larger-than-life presence, and he's staying away. Shedeur himself said it, "I don't want him to see me get a couple reps," and he's cheering like a good dad. Like, nah, you can't be proud of me right now. I've got to get to where I'm going. That's the mindset of a young man who understands the stakes. Who knows the cameras are always rolling. And who, perhaps more than anyone, understands what it means to earn your place. Sanders added that having his father present at practice would be a gift and a curse, acknowledging the potential media frenzy it could create and the perception it might bring, that his presence detracts from the team. That kind of self-awareness, from a rookie, is telling. It suggests maturity, focus, and an understanding of the bigger picture. Friday night won't be about Deion. It won't even be about Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, or Dillon Gabriel. It will be about Shedeur Sanders, how he commands the offense, how he reads the defense, how he moves the ball. The Browns have long struggled with quarterback development, often sacrificing long-term potential for short-term solutions. But this feels different. There's an intentionality to how Cleveland is handling Sanders. Browns insider Mary Kay Cabot praised the organization's approach, noting that they're resisting outside pressure, media, fans, narratives, and doing what's right for both the team and the player. I do think they are doing this the right way with him, she said. They're not succumbing to media or fan pressure. That patience could pay off. But only if Sanders proves he's worth the wait. And let's not ignore the subtext of Huntley's signing. Yes, it's about camp depth. But it's also a subtle challenge. A message to Sanders: show us what you've got, because nothing is guaranteed. Huntley brings not only experience but also competition. For Shedeur, that means every rep matters. Every throw counts. Friday night isn't just a test. It's a launch pad. Or a reckoning. And that's where you come in, Browns fans. What do you think about Sanders starting the preseason opener? Do you believe he has what it takes to win the backup job, or even more down the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Sanders won't be walking into a gentle welcome. The Carolina Panthers, while in their own stages of retooling, will bring a defense that plays fast and physical, perfect conditions to evaluate how a rookie quarterback handles chaos. And that's exactly what the Browns want. Because no matter how many clean reps you see in Berea, nothing simulates real NFL speed quite like a preseason game under the lights. He'll likely take the field with second and third stringers, guys fighting for their own spots. That adds a new layer of challenge, timing, chemistry, communication. Sanders hasn't had many reps with receivers like Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, Deontay Johnson, or tight end David Njoku. But that might not matter. If Sanders shows he can move the ball, make smart reads, and execute Stefanski's offense with rhythm and poise, it will turn heads in the building and likely reshuffle the quarterback depth chart heading into the next 2 preseason games. And while Sanders hasn't had much time with the starters, his accuracy remains the storyline of camp. That skill, the same one that made him a prolific passer at Colorado under his father, is translating to the NFL level. He's not the fastest, not the biggest, but he's deliberate, calculated, and he puts the ball where only his guys can get it. That's not something you teach easily. That's what the Browns are banking on. Then there's the draft narrative. It wasn't long ago that Shedeur Sanders was projected as a potential first-round pick. But the 2025 NFL draft didn't go the way he, or many, expected. He slipped to day 3, eventually going 144th overall. The Browns took a swing one many teams didn't dare take. The tumble added a chip to his shoulder. And now, just a few months later, he's getting his first start ahead of Gabriel, a third-rounder, and Pickett, a former first-rounder. That kind of leap, however circumstantial, doesn't happen unless there's something undeniable in his game. And what about the broader implications? Let's say Sanders balls out Friday night. Let's say he carves up the Panthers' defense, manages the offense with confidence, and earns the respect of his teammates. That could change everything. Suddenly, Stefanski and his staff have a real quarterback conversation on their hands. Not just for the backup job, but for the long-term trajectory of this franchise. Because while Joe Flacco is expected to start week 1 and bring veteran stability, he's 40. His role is mentor and bridge. The future? That's still wide open. So now we wait. Sanders has the stage, the opportunity, the pressure, and maybe, just maybe, the makings of a breakout story that Browns fans haven't seen in years. A 5th-round pick, overlooked and underrated, now under the lights, ready to prove he belongs. If he seizes this moment, we might be looking at the early days of something much bigger than just a preseason game. If you're as intrigued as we are, make sure to like this video, subscribe for all things Cleveland Browns, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Shedeur Sanders the real deal? Will he rise or fall under the pressure Friday night? Let's talk about it. Go Browns!